see.
You're here with Fly by Midnight.
He's never done that accent ever in my entire life. I don't know where that just came from. No, I'm good for you. It doesn't sound half bad though.
No.
Sorry.
Where is this coming from? Is it from the
Something just
alcohol
kicked
from
in
last
really,
night?
really quick. I don't.
Iced tea.
Yeah.
Gets into your veins.
All right, take some photos.
So I'm here today with the guys of Fly by Midnight.
Yo.
And and if you guys want to introduce yourselves and where you guys are from and what you do exactly in the band.
Cool. Sure. My name is Justin Bright. I play keyboard and sing in the duo, and I'm from Staten Island, New York, born and raised.
My name is Slavo. I'm from Florida, and I play guitar and I sing.
Cool. For those that might not be familiar with the band, how did Fly by Midnight get started, and where did the name come from?
Yeah, two very, very different things.
For sure.
Yeah, because the name was definitely not an organic process, but I guess coming together was more natural. Slavo moved to Florida from Staten Island. How many years ago? 5 years?
5 years ago, yeah. I moved to New York from Florida. After being there for a couple years, I met Justin at a studio on Staten Island, and he was doing a solo project. I was producing, and we started working together. Wrote the first song that we released as Fly by Midnight called Brooklyn, and that was one of the first songs we ever wrote together. So that was kind of the birth of Fly by Midnight, and then the name itself was just, it was funny. We spent like a whole week trying to figure that out, and
we drove around looking at signs and stuff.
Exactly.
Because what was funny was, we wrote the song first, and we knew we wanted to be a duo, and then we were like,
you're like, now what?
Let's release the song. We were like, wait, we don't have a name.
Who are we?
But it all came together, and now here we are.
We like to say that because our sound is fly and retro, we came up with the idea of fly, and then by midnight came from the idea that we're up past midnight pretty much every night. So
every night.
I feel that.
Or going out, so.
Yeah, that's cool. So you just released your latest single, All the Feels.
Yep.
What was the inspiration behind the song, and how has the feedback been from the fans and general public so far? I know it literally just came out. But
It's been, what, a day, right?
Yeah.
A whole day.
A whole day. I mean, for being a whole day, it's been really, really positive. I think what we were really striving for with the track, just to be universally relatable, and it's such a feel-good, positive song, and we just wanted to really inject those positive vibes into everyone, because everyone has their feels, whether it's a romance or, like we said, a cup of coffee in the morning.
Ice cream.
Ice cream. For me, it's
puppies.
A coffee
Pizza.
over romance any day of the week. The real story is that we were sitting in the studio, right? And we were searching on Spotify, just listening to music, because we're music fans as well. And I came across a playlist on Spotify called All the Feels. And I looked over at Slavo and I was like, yeah, this is a cool title for a song. And we looked it up and no one had wrote the song yet called All the Feels. So we were like, quick, write it, release it. It's been really cool. I think the video came together. It was the first video also that we filmed a little bit of a while ago. We've kind of had it in our pocket for a bit, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was cool to kind of hold on to it and be excited for it to come out.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, and how has the feedback been as far as the song goes, and have the fans reacting, or have they been reacting really well?
It's funny, the one thing, I mean, everyone that is a fan of Fly by Midnight, they show us so much love, and we appreciate it, and we've been getting great feedback. I mean, people are going crazy about the song, and the one thing I will say is we have a guy named Matt Reed that's over at Mix 104.1 in Boston radio station, and he's been showing us love since, I think, Malibu, maybe even before that. He's a great radio host over there, and he's been supporting us, and the one thing that he said that I thought was really cool was that he premiered the song on the radio over there, and he talked about how he was playing the song, driving down the coast, and that it was going to be the next summer smash, and just having that kind of energy and support behind the song is really important to us, and it keeps us going. So. And
I think for us too, because he has heard all of our songs and he's premiered a lot of our songs, I think the fact that we speak to him, we're on kind of a friendly basis with him now, and he was just kind of like, yo, this is like the one. And we were like, all right, this is the one.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah. Let's find out.
Yeah, that's awesome. So with the new music you guys have released this year so far, is there any plans for a tour in the US or maybe even globally, hopefully?
Yeah, I mean, we've been trying to go do a tour. Since we started, we wanted to do a sorority tour. That would be a lot of fun. It's more of a demographic, and, you know, college is always fun. We do a lot of college shows to begin with, too. So, But, yeah, I mean, as far as touring the States, I mean, we've been trying to get on a booking with, you know, another artist that we kind of work well with. If we could do it on our own, we would do it in a heartbeat. It's more of just like the whole funding process and just making sure everything's set up. So it's more timing for us, making sure when we do it, it's done the right way, and you know, we really take advantage of trying to meet everyone that we can while on the road. And then as far as international, I mean, we've been trying to go to a lot of these. I mean, we have a lot of fans in Europe, Australia. We even have a cool little fan base. Asia is a really big fan base. So it's all timing. You know, we just want to make sure when we do it, it's done right.
Yeah, totally. So what has been the difference with like New York and like the East Coast versus like the West Coast as far as the fan scene, the music scene, just everything, the weather?
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting and slightly nerve-wracking at the same time, because New York is kind of the birth town of Fly by Midnight. So whenever we do play a show there, and we usually play like a big one every year, it's usually like a summer party. The one we just played, it's packed out. You know, we know that we're gonna like sell out and really bring in people. I think LA is really exciting because we communicate with fans like through social media here, but obviously we don't live here, so we don't know what to expect. So I think it'll be really cool. And I think it's going to go over really well, so I guess we'll find out.
That's awesome. Yeah. So this is the last question, and I ask this with everybody I interview with. What's some advice that you might have for creatives and other musicians to stay inspired and to keep pursuing the dream?
That's a really good question. I mean, it's easy to get caught up in doing the creative and get overwhelmed by, you know, just the constant hustle and you know, for us, we've been very, very fortunate that, you know, we've seen the increase every time we release a new song. We've seen it, you know, with the content. We've seen our numbers go up. So it's definitely rewarding. That's something that, you know, it's tangible. We can, you know, feed off that. But, you know, every now and then we get worked up, and, you know, it's tiring. And so just kind of, you know, understanding what you're capable of doing as far as content and putting out there, and just making sure that, you know, you're rested for these things. I don't know. It sounds stupid, but
no,
you know.
I think it's a good point. I mean, especially if you do hustle, and I know you hustle, and for Flyby fans, you know that we hustle, and I think we've learned, even especially lately, that, you know, we were pushing ourselves 1,000 miles per hour, but sometimes you got to kick it back to 999 and kind of just like take a day to like heal your mind and stuff. But yeah, no, I would say just experimenting, especially for Fly by Midnight, and also even on the photography video side, it's very easy to get caught in what everyone's doing. So we constantly want to kind of turn the creative knob just a bit left of center, and if it doesn't work, you go back. But if it works, that's kind of what will set you aside from the rest.
Spice things up.
Yeah, spice it up, and just don't be afraid to fail.
Fuck with the flavor.
Beep with the flavor.
Quote me.
Yes. Okay. And where can people find you guys on social media and YouTube and all that fun stuff?
For a quick second, I thought you were going to say, where can they find you? I'm like...
We're not telling you that.
Yeah, it's pretty much Fly by Midnight on everything. We live in an age where you can type that in on Google and find it all. So, as well as our really embarrassing old photos from like 5 years ago.
Oh,
so
no.
Don't go on Google Image. Just go on Google Web.
Yes. Important. All right. Cool. I believe that is it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what kicked in.
It's the team.
Yeah, it's something. Jeez, I'm not